Are you looking for training without even having to leave the house? Good news for you. We've recently launched the Career Club, a virtual work experience for job seekers ages 14 to 24. Here's how it works. We assist you with job seeking skills, personal management skills, how to meet employer expectations, money management principles, good work habits, and more. And after training, you'll receive job placement, which allows you to implement your newly developed skills. And here's the cool part. You get paid while you learn. That's right. You'll receive $13 an hour while participating in virtual training with a possible transition to a higher wage upon job placement. This is an exciting opportunity to earn while you learn. You can sign up and learn more at cwdregion.com/career club, and I'll share the link in the show notes for you. Now, let's get to today's episode. Welcome to the Workforce Link podcast, where we're offering forward-thinking conversations for the workforce, linking employers and job seekers to a brighter tomorrow. I'm your host, Sunday Jo Graham with the Central Workforce Development Region, and I'm glad to be back with you for another episode today. So here's some great news and some not so great news for your job search adventure. First, let's start with the good news. The possibilities are virtually limitless, right, when it comes to shaping your career. The world truly is your oyster right now, today, but only if you navigate the process effectively. Now, for the bad news, if you lack personal recommendations or connections for your desired job and you simply just rely on submitting your resume, the chances are it's not going to catch many eyes unless you adopt the right approach, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about. Enter the Applicant Tracking System, the ATS. It's the go-to tool for most companies nowadays. So if you want your resume to land in the hands of an actual human being, then today's episode on beating applicant tracking systems is for you. So join us today as we unravel some secrets to conquer these systems and increase your chances of securing that dream job. All right, so let's dive into step 1, understanding the applicant tracking system. So before you can beat the ATS, it's crucial to understand how it works. Okay, what in the world is it? What in the world is an applicant tracking system? Well, it's a powerful software tool that employers use to streamline their hiring procedures. And, with the overwhelming number of resumes that are received for each job opening, the ATS efficiently scans and filters those documents, your resumes, your cover letters, which saves time and effort for the hiring managers. And so in essence, the ATS is a gatekeeper. It acts as a gatekeeper, which analyzes your resumes based on predetermined criteria that the employer has set themselves. And this criteria often involves things like keywords, qualifications, skills, sometimes even specific years of experience, sometimes even location. So here's what you want to remember, okay? Keywords, 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 all right? All right, number 2, we want to optimize your resume. So you want to tailor your resume to match the job description. Carefully review the job requirements, take notes of the skills, of the qualifications, the experiences that are emphasized in the job description, okay? Because these are the key areas where you're going to want to focus your attention. So you want to include relevant keywords, relevant phrases organically throughout your resume, okay? Particularly in the skills summary section, the work experience, the education section. But listen, it's important to maintain the integrity of your resume and ensure that it accurately reflects your skills and your experiences, okay? Don't overload your resume with keywords to the point where it becomes misleading or incoherent, okay? Because the applicant tracking system, it will pick up on that too, okay? We're talking artificial intelligence here, really. It's going to pick up on that, okay? All right, number 3, formatting matters. So you want to simplify the formatting of your resume to ensure that the ATS reads it accurately. So avoid using intricate templates, excessive graphics, fancy fonts that might hinder the system's ability to scan that, okay, and interpret the content. I know you might want to make it pretty, and that's a really great idea if you know you're going to be handing your resume off to an actual human being. But if you're sending it in, you don't need to make it pretty, okay? You need to make it readable. So you want to stick to a clean and straightforward layout that's going to present your information in a clear and organized manner, okay? So use standard headings, use bullet points. Make sure that your section headings are clear. like things that say work experience, education, skills, right? Keep it simple. And you want to utilize bullet points that present key details and accomplishments within each section of those headings, okay? And we actually talked about this a lot more in episode 13. We talked about 6 resume mistakes that you must stop making today. And I highly recommend you go back and listen to that. That's episode 13. And I will share the link in the show notes for you. Okay, number 4, keywords are key. I know I said this earlier, but we're going to talk about it again, okay? It's worth giving its own step. So, like I said, keywords are essential to beat the ATS, and they are a bridge between your qualifications and the specific requirements that are outlined in the job description. And so they help the ATS identify the alignment between your skills and the desired qualifications. And what that does is ultimately increases the visibility of your application, right? So you want to carefully analyze the job description and identify the most important keywords that are specific to that role. And so this can include job titles, technical skills, industry specific terminology, certifications, things like that are frequently mentioned in the job posting. And so then you want to strategically place those keywords throughout your resume. Again, primarily in the skills summary, the work experience, the education sections. So you want to, again, incorporate them naturally within your bullet points, within your descriptions, and showcase how your experiences, how your accomplishments directly align with those keywords. However, okay, this is important. It's essential to be authentic, okay? Avoid what they call keyword stuffing, which, as I've said before, if you do too much, the ATS is going to pick up on that and they're just going to kick it out, okay? All right, number 5, avoid excessive jargon and acronyms. So incorporating keywords is important. We know that. Striking a balance is super important. Okay. So avoid excessive jargon, avoid acronyms that might not be recognized by the ATS or the hiring manager. Okay. Keep it simple and remember that clarity is key. All right. All right. Number 6, proofread and revise. Always, 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 always proofread your resume. Okay. Make sure that it's error free. Spelling, grammatical errors, things like that, they can negatively impact your chances of getting through the ATS. Because remember, this is reading through all your content, and they know what to look for, and they're looking for words, right? So even a minor typo or a misplaced punctuation mark, it can raise red flags. It can negatively impact your attention to detail and your professionalism, right? Also, in addition to spelling and grammar, you want to ensure that the information that you put in your resume is accurate and make sure it's up to date. Okay, so double check the dates of your previous employment, double check your education qualifications, any other relevant details. Okay, all right, number 7, don't forget your cover letter. So a well-crafted cover letter can really be a powerful addition to your job application. And while they're not always mandatory, it allows you to basically go above and beyond your resume's bullet points, right? It allows you to convey a more personalized message to the hiring manager. We actually discussed this on episode 22 of the podcast, How to Write a Cover Letter Worth Noticing. Again, I'll share the link in the show notes for you. But your cover letter, it serves as that bridge, right, between your resume and the specific job requirements. And so when crafting it, you really want to take the time to thoroughly understand the job description, okay? And then tailor your message accordingly, okay? So identify and address the critical skills, the qualifications that the employer is seeking, and that you'll find all of that in the job description, right? So explain how your experiences, how your accomplishments make you a strong fit for this position. Use specific examples here to demonstrate your abilities. Again, this is where you get the opportunity to expand on those bullet points. Obviously, you don't want to write a book, but you do want to expand. Okay, number 8, be persistent. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you here, okay? Job searching can be hard. You probably know that by now, especially if you don't have personal connections to the company that you're applying to. But don't give up, okay? Be persistent. Be resilient. Stay positive and continue to refine your approach, okay? Remember that every application and rejection is an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to improve. What can you do better the next time, right? And then I want to talk about networking for a second, because it's really the best way to connect to the job that you want. So reach out to people you know. Go to networking events. Networking is so important. Again, we talked about this in episode 48, elevating your career through the power of networking. And if you do anything, go back and listen to that because it's so important. There's really some valuable information in that episode, and I will share it in the show notes for you. Be persistent, okay? Don't give up. Persistence and resilience go a long way. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of what we covered today. Step 1, understand the applicant tracking system. Step 2, tailor your resume to match the job description. Step 3, simplify the formatting of your resume to ensure that it's easily readable by the ATS. Step 4, recognize the importance of keywords. Step 5, avoid all the stuffy words, okay? Step 6, proofread. Step 7, don't forget your cover letter. And step 8, don't give up, all right? Follow these steps. I think you're going to increase your chances of beating the applicant tracking system and landing that interview that you are hoping for, okay? And again, don't forget this. Keywords, all right? And if you need help crafting your resume, our Job Center staff would love to help you. You can find the closest job center near you at cwdregion.com/job centers, and you can find the link to that in the show notes as well. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, would you mind sharing it with somebody else that you think could benefit? And if you haven't already, mind heading over and leaving a review on iTunes for the Workforce Link. Let us know what you like about the show. It really means a lot to us, and it helps us stay visible so that we can continue to help others. All right, that's it for this week. Have a great week, and we will meet again in the next episode. Until then, remember this: there's always a brighter tomorrow if you're willing to find it.
The Central Region Workforce Development Board Incorporated and COPIC are equal opportunity employers and programs. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Missouri Relay Services at 711.